Hello, today I've come to Dedham Vale, the area around the River Stour, to speak to some conservationists about reintroducing a very special mammal into the area. I've come to speak to Colin, one of the conservationists here. Colin, what are you hoping to do?
Well, Chris, what we're hoping to do is reintroduce the Negro into Dedham Vale.
Fascinating, because I've heard a lot about this. There's much talk about how black people don't feel welcome in the countryside. So what sort of things can we do to encourage them in?
Well, a great thing to do is include a few items that they're familiar with, such as a steel drum. They love that. And some people will use watermelon, which I think, it's fairly effective, but I think that's a bit old-fashioned now. I tend to go for a couple of bags of cannabis.
Yes, but that does have the problem of attracting chavs, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's a great point, Chris, and that is a big problem for us. That because left alone, chavs will outcompete the blacks. So we have to control the population of chavs quite rigorously. Yes, very important to keep those chav numbers under control.
Well, that's lovely speaking to you, Colin, and I wish you all the best with your conservation efforts. It's very important work, and I hope we see the numbers of blacks skyrocket in future and they can be taken off the endangered list.
Well, in 1974, we started the band Treacle, me and Mick and Johnny and Pete Crowder from the Doormats. We was only in Treacle for 2 days, but we still somehow managed to put out 2 albums. I don't know how we did it. Well, we locked ourselves in the recording studio for 2 days, didn't we? And that's where the song "Help Me" came from that album. That was sort of improvised. I always thought of "Help Me," as a sort of cry for help, and it was because I was locked in the recording booth, and I didn't realise the guys were still recording. I didn't realise the mic was live. That's how that one came about. Well, I was born in 1863, and I was the youngest of 93 children. Sadly, my mother passed soon after my birth due to exhaustion. 3 months later, she briefly came back to life to give birth to a further 3 children before taking her eternal rest. It was then up to my father, who was a travelling hamster salesman, to raise the whole brood of 96 children. But he enlisted the help of a small donkey named Susan. And I still remember Susan. We suckled at her teats, and she would carry us everywhere. But unfortunately, around 6 months later, she died of exhaustion. And so then, the task of raising these 96 children fell to Margaret, who was a bumblebee. And she did the best she could for us, but being only a bumblebee, it was very difficult for her. And then, as I grew older, I went to school, and then I went to university, and then that's where I met Barbara, my wife, who was not my wife when I met her, but she soon became my wife. A short time after which she gave birth to my first son, Ethel. Ethel sadly died 3 months later after trying to learn the alphabet.
Hello, I'm back in Dedham Vale, and we're going to be a bit quiet because we're waiting to see if any blacks are going to come out tonight. Now, Colin's here with me, if you remember Colin from the last episode. Colin, this is the best time to look for blacks, isn't it?
Yes, well, they're not strictly nocturnal, but they do tend to be more adventurous in the night hours.
Yes, that dark skin acting as a sort of camouflage. But wait, oh look. There's one there. I think it's a male. Oh, look at it. It's being attracted by the steel drum. It's going up to it. Oh. It's going to start playing. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, listen to that. Oh, listen to that. Oh, this is amazing. This really is a special moment in radio history. Oh dear. Oh, we seem to have startled it. I think that was one of the crew. Just made a rustle there. Oh, that is a shame. But they're quite easily startled, aren't they, Colin?
Yes, well, they're slightly skittish, yes, and I think one of the main reasons for that is that when they spot a white person, they may assume that you've called the police.
Oh, right, yes, that does make sense. Oh, well, perhaps next time we come out, we should all do don blackface. That might be a good idea, possibly. Okay, well, that's all from us here. But we'll keep you up to date on our website. We have a webcam running live,
so you can keep track of any sightings of blacks. And can I tell you that they are incredibly interesting creatures to observe, and it's wonderful to see them back here in Dedham Vale. Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you, Chris, for having me.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. And we'll talk to you again very soon.